Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video. Today we're taking on the Bahamut Spiritus fight, and I actually found this to be quite easy compared to other Spiritus fights. I was expecting a really tough fight here. Now, it could be I just got really lucky, or I was using all the right things, because I am bringing a full synergy team here. So, we actually get all of the Spiritus missions done in one run. So, basically, we brought the right Final Fantasy series characters, the right crystal and right weapons combinations that they wanted to get all the missions. Now, for those missions, just so you know, you don't have to be restricted to, like, you don't have to use all of the three or whatever that they list. So, like, it'll say, you know, must be from Final Fantasy 13, Final Fantasy 9, or Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. It doesn't mean you have to use one of each. It just means your team can only contain characters from those games. So if you did like 3 Crystal Chronicles characters, that would still count and you would complete the mission. So I just happened to get like all the 3 because I just did a full synergy team, but you don't have to do synergy characters to get the missions done either. But I found this team worked really, really well. So we've got Sarah, Charlotta, and Freya. And Freya, I said this before in my Should You Pull video, but for a side banner LD only character, she does really well here. Like, she's really good. She's one of the better side characters you can pick up. So if you have the resources and you're missing an off-turn damage dealer, you don't have Kane, Freya's great to pick up, right? So yeah, we're just hopping in here. I really don't do too much force charging. We did a little bit there with Charlotta. Then I'm just popping BT effect right away. And I'm thinking, yeah, let's just go crazy here and just see what happens. So with Sarah here, I think, yeah, we do the AA because it's free. And I think I go into her BT effect right away because we're at 80%, right? So we're in a position, yeah, I think we put on maybe the call too, just to be safe. So here's the thing, like, you know, there was a couple of times we got attacked, so these guys could have, like, maybe one-shot us or something. The only thing I really noticed about these guys going through this fight, because I didn't read their boss info at all, really, to be honest. I went in blind, thinking, hey, I've got a synergy team. I'm probably doing the things they want. The only mechanics I noticed was they put up really beefy shields, and they go into a mode where it says, like, you need to inflict debuffs to it. So they're just promoting Sarah's debuffs. Otherwise, I really just kind of had a nice flawless run here. It just went very smooth and easy. They do instant turn rate stuff, but by the time I got done with them, it didn't matter. Like, they didn't have a chance for their instant turn rate stuff to really work. So what I'm doing here as part of my setup, though, is I did want to do a mid-Italian call. One, it's going to wipe their turns, give me a little bit more breathing room, but I just want to make sure they're full of debuffs. Because basically, I'm going to feature Sarah's force here. So yes, I could have done the typical Joe thing and brought in Pinello and stomped it, which I'm sure would work just fine. But I don't know, I just felt like jumping in with this full synergy team, and it worked out great. This team was awesome. Because my thought was, I could feature Sarah force, and I figured Sarah with her follow-ups, and then Freya up in the air, like, that's going to be double follow-ups during a force time. Like, it's going to be really good damage. And then Charlotta's got all the Brave Gain stuff going, and, you know, and Sarah's got her own Brave Gain. I feel like we're just going to be sitting capped at Brave, doing tons of damage. And sure enough, that's what happens. This fight actually turned out to go really well, really smooth. I don't think I was really in danger at any point. So yeah, we'll kind of see. But we did one last little bit of ramping there. And now we're going to go ahead and pop the LD for Charlotta. So Charlotta's ready to pop her HP attack if we need it. I actually don't even think she gets a chance to use it, to be honest. Because obviously with Charlotta now, after I hit the force, I just want to echo with her. So I go into Sarah force here. Now, one strat could be to, like, I could have used her BT a little bit sooner and then had time to, like, stack at the 3 stacks. But I'm like, whatever, let's just go into force. So this will not raise the BT effect stacks. Because I did not put, like, an E-sphere with a debuff on it. But yeah, good damage, dude. 2.5 mil, or that was about 2.6 mil. Really good damage. Now watch Freya just raining down. That was like 200k. And we've seen this with like 7. Like 7's traps didn't hit crazy hard, but man, they build up on a force time. So Freya already hitting 200k there is pretty good, considering how consistently we're going to be getting damage out of this, right? Alright, so we're popping off our FR attack there. Getting the echo attack, getting a big bump. Pretty dang good. So the enemies will finally get an attack here. But they're going to miss. So this Spirit Shot Plus, like, for all I know, that could be a one-shot. I just had Radio Call, so it didn't matter. So that could be part of what makes them difficult. That could just be very powerful. We just didn't see anything from it. Didn't really matter. Spirit Shot Plus again, and they're going to whiff. Yep. Nothing to hit. All right. And then, yeah, Freya comes back down. So, unfortunately, I gotta, like, use 2 force time turns to get Freya back up in the air. So, it's worth it, though, because I want to keep echoing, right? So, we use up the turns. So, that puts us finally down to turn 9. It's just crazy, like, how much you can ramp with this echo, right? The fact that you're getting good gains if you're using the right, force times, and you're just not subtracting from the count. Like, that's just pretty busted. So yeah, now we got Freya back up in the air, and I believe we keep her in the air at this point, because as you can see on my track there, I've got Sarah, then Charlotta, and then Sarah again. So my thought is I could echo, and then go BT. Now I think I might, yeah, I did decide to echo. So I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of like, screw the BT ramp. Let's just echo again, because my thought is I'm going to go into Sarah burst phase to finish it out. And during the burst phase, I'm going to get my BT stacks up at that time anyways. So why not just focus on the echo here? Very good damage. That was 8 mil AoE there. And now Freya dropping down 750 Ks every action, which is pretty good. And it's only going up with the force gauge. This is why off turn is so powerful. For any of you that are kind of new to DFFOO, that's really how you abuse force time. You do a lot of off turn shenanigans. All that extra off turn damage really adds up when you got those big multipliers. All right, so another echo here. So we're still on turn 8, right? So I'm thinking, let's just hop into force. When we go into force at turn 8, it means we can pop the big summon at the end. So yeah, this heavy clap, once again, could be devastating. Don't know. We had Rydia call on. So, and that's the thing. That's maybe why this went so smooth for me. I just put on Rydia as a precaution. And sure enough, it just got me through this. That could have been very difficult, right? So they just whiff away. And at this point, I'm like, all right, well, let's go into Sarah Burst and let's see. Spiritus bosses have a lot of health, but we already got them down to 76%. We haven't entered Burst time yet. So I'm like, yeah, we might actually get this done in one force. I think we do. I think that's what the plan is here, right? So now I start deciding to use the other attacks. These are going to have debuffs on them. They're going to increase the stacks on the BT, which is good. Lightning just dropping down huge damage. That's so satisfying. Having lightning come in on those follow-ups, it's so nice. So yeah, now they're putting up big beefy walls. You can see a lot of shield there that we have to kind of get through, but we do so much power here, we get through the shields very quickly. Now, when you're in burst phase, it's important you use the LD before you use the 15 and 35, because this is going to give you a free skill use, and if you use your 15 and 35 first, you're not going to get those skill uses back. So you have to have that one skill use. It's going to turn it into a green skill use, which means we can use it for free and we can use it again. You kind of have to do that to make sure you're not having to do like an HP plus attack during the burst phase, right? You want to make sure you get good damage out of every attack. Always press a button, not like a HP plus. So yeah, now we can see we got the green number, so we can Moonlight for free. And even Moonlight being like the battery attack, like just such good damage. And now Freya's raining down 1.5 mil spears. So this is why the damage adds up so much, because we got double off turn. So Sarah doing big damage, then her own follow-up attack, and then the Freya off turn. Just a ton of damage. 15 mil with an 8 mil. 1.7 AoE. Like, Freya's spears are good, and they heal. Like, it's legitimately really good character. Freya, too, like, I think offers some things that Kayn doesn't. Like, Freya's more of like a support role, and she's got the HP healing off turn. It's very good. I could see reasoning for running Freya actually over Kayn in some instances. Now, Kayn's damage will always be better, but Freya's a great character. She's not even like, I don't even feel like you're compromising running her over Kayn. Like, she's really, really good in her role. She does it very well, so I really like Freya. Very good side character here. Alright, so finally hitting the FR, we're at 950%. So we're getting like max damage pretty much the rest of the way through. The enemies are burnt down to basically nothing at this point. And the follow-up just so huge with lightning dropping in. 22 mil AoE there. And the enemies, and look, we're just going through all of these thresholds. Freya dropping 2 mil, by the way, on her spears. 2 mil. Now, Freya's boosted for this fight. So to be fair, we are boosted here, but man, the numbers are looking good. The numbers are looking real good. So we're going to pop this, and the enemies are going to be about wiped at this point. They don't quite get finished, but we still have one more turn of force. Okay, 200 mil burst phase for Sarah. So, like, this isn't like Penelo or Jack Garland. This is Sarah popping off a 200 mil burst phase. Pretty dang good. And we would argue that Freya maybe isn't, like, the most optimal in terms of like ores and stuff, but the off turn from Freya is working really nice, right? Working real good. Yeah, and yeah, dropping 2 mill spears. Freya's dropping down 5.9, and now it's like, all right, well, let's pop the summon, and then we got another attack. We pop the summon, and at that point, they're just incinerated. So technically, we got it within the force time. We actually had one more attack coming, but we dropped like a 13 mil shot there at the end. Now, I'm curious to test out Bahamut. I want to see how hard Bahamut hits. Bahamut might be my new go-to because I really like Bahamut's burst effect, or summon effect, where you get like the EXs recharged. That's really good. But there you go. All missions cleared. S ranking. We got all the side missions. So literally, if you just do that, you get 10 of the 20 rewards. And you get everything you need to awaken your summon and to get all the rewards. And then everything beyond that is just gravy. It's just tickets. So there's the grindable phase if you want to get the other 10. Or if you can't do the Spiritus, then you do the grindable stage to get the 10 that you need. So anyways, guys, let me know how your Spiritus run was. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.